Why do they call that a receiver? That's just the thing you plug into your USB drive. Everybody knows that. Receiver. All right, good morning, everybody. Market, big rebound in the market. We're looking like we're breakout. We're looking like a breakout here on pretty much across the board. We got a nice remount in the IWM. Now, we may get a little bit of a pullback here just because we're at some resistance at the Bali. You know, we may get a little rest day or something like that. But the overall action has been, it's been fantastic. I mean, there's nothing else to say. The action has been fantastic. There's been trenders, a lot of trenders, and there's been range. So we've got range, we've got trenders, we've got the boots, we got the coots, we've got everything that we need in a healthy, robust market. I think that, at this point, we let this market break out and do what it's got to do, and we keep shredding. Let's take a look at the gappers here first. NSPRs, today's, daily crack cocaine. This thing's up 1,000%. You want to trade that, go for it, but that's not a high reward play, is it? This is for suckers. Let's not even think. I'm gonna pretend like I didn't even see that. I'm gonna unsee that. DMTK after launching melanoma detection. That just sounds nice, right? Melanoma detection. Like, what do you got? Melanoma detection. Okay. That's hot. We gotta add that to the list. Now there's a fucking resistance spot over it, but man, that's got a lot of heat, a lot of range. The float is probably tiny on this thing. This used to be a hot stock way back. When the SPAC life was glorious. When the SPAC life was glorious and everybody had big city dreams of what their lives were going to be like, this DMTK was on top of the world. And then, of course, SPAC life died and everybody's big city dreams were gone. But this thing is now starting to rebound. Let's see if it pulls back a little bit because, we're going to need a little bit of room into this thrust. But, that's got a good range to it. I'm definitely thinking pizza party on it. The gamble. Okay. H.C. Wainwright starts Esport Entertainment Group at $20 price. H.C. Wainwright. Who's that? Nobody. Ha ha. Pass. Turks. There's probably a shot. I don't know what this news was on this one. There's probably a shot this thing squeezes for a day or two into the 18. If you can handle a little spread and just a little stress. If you don't mind getting a little, what's the proper term? Eggs on your face? That just sounds dirty. You don't mind getting little eggs on your face thing. This has got room. Fatter you do? No way. Well, and actually the fact that it does not have a good value probably makes it better for the stock. In general, in the stock market, the shittiest stocks tend to do the best. In today's world. Turks, pass. Sava. B. Riley starts Cassava Services at $78. So this is an upgrade too. You look. So now this one, you're up $14 5 days in a row, and you're right into resistance. Now the key on this, if it got over resistance, maybe you'd have a little bit, but I don't like it hitting anything that's up 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be day 5 into resistance because B. Riley, whoever B. Riley is, cousin of Teddy Riley, is doing an upgrade at 78 bucks, which sounds like a big load of shit. Pass. Now, Crocs. Let me tell you something. Crocs is a mystery stock, a gravity-defying mystery stock. All over the world, there are white people running around to the store right now to buy themselves some plastic shoes with holes on them that look like clogs, but they're uglier. And all those people are, what they are willing to say is, I have smelly feet. I have smelly feet, and I'm okay with it because my brethren also wear these Crocs. Now, Crocs has expanded from those original holes, clogs, to they got now like some flip-flops and stuff. So now, I think Crocs is back on top. Crocs have got some nice, they got some other things now. They don't have just those holy shoes anymore. This has got earnings out 1 hour ago. Retail stocks have been hot. Yeah, and you know what? I've got some Crocs flip-flops that my mom sent me because my feet were hurting. Was out walking around too much. And they don't even have holes on them. They're just like regular flip-flops that you just get at a beach store. And they're kind of comfy. So now we're all on the Crocs team. They've turned us. Because now it's just not a bunch of white boys running around with holes and clogs in their shoes. They got the Indians. Once you get the Indians, you got the power. And once you got the power, you've got everything. Oh, yeah. Now, this thing is breaking out over here. It's got big earnings beat. 60 million share float. This is hot to trot. Now, it is a retail stock, so it's not going to trade very well. We're going to have to let it pull back. And then DM, let's see. Hey, so these kind of all these former high flyers, they're all getting picked up again. I do like the overall look of this, but it's at resistance. It's like the same thing with laser. You know, I like the overall look of it, but now it's at resistance. It's just going to need a day or two to kind of chill out, which is totally fine. But I would probably stay away from any of the stocks that are like gapping up or spiking that are running straight into resistance. It's going to make it a lot more tricky to trade. UPS, the United Parcel Service. I thought the post office was a government thing. Is it not? Whatever. This thing's a big breakout over here. This is a higher float stock, but it's going to have range today. Higher float stock, what do you got to do? You don't want to chase an ORB on it. Higher float stock, you got to always hit it on pullbacks. You're going to need deeper pullback. 920 EMA. This one's got a beautiful breakout, though. GME. I don't know. 551 million common stock runs over name entire debt in April. Blah blah. So do an offering and it makes the stock go up. Pass. FRSX. You know what? If you've seen the chart on rail, like some of these kind of under $10 EV battery thingy, transportation thingies, they are starting to get picked up. Like I would actually probably keep a couple of those on your list. Like I'm not going to trade it at all, but you know, that's probably something that could work. Man, this Wish, I was looking to add some of this in my IRA. I forgot. Man, every stock is at resistance now. Pass. Pass. Did FTX have earnings out today? Dun 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 dun. Jameson after your trading behavior yesterday, that should not do anything. Yeah, my one worry on, pretty much every stock, like if you see this kind of stuff, everything's at resistance. So today, we'll probably have to leave a lot of these alone. And, because you just can't hit things that are up like 100% into resistance. What we're going to need is essentially a cleaner look on some things. So I would, keep some of these on your list, but like you don't want to be married to anything that's like had a big bounce into resistance. Those are the stocks that are going to be rolling over. So, the main focus for today is going to be these earnings plays. That's going to be an easier play than just trying to nail, like, see this, like, say, like, something like Fubo, right? This thing has been grinding. It's not even grinding a lot, but it's grinding right back into resistance. Same thing with Laser. A lot of these stocks are grinding right back into resistance. So what you need to do is find the ones that are clean. They're the ones that are not sitting at resistance. That's going to be a little bit of a taller tail, but you can even see like, all these kind of names. See this Arrival, $13. It's into 20. That's probably, to me, that looks like a rollover, Not a rollover for long, but a rollover for a day. Laser probably same thing, rollover for a day, and then in a couple days, I think we'll probably be able to start logging them. But there's a good shot that, today, some of them will be a rollover. Not all of them. Like, some of them have broken through, like Tiger, and so I think we'll be able to play a couple of these. But let's look on the other side of things. There are just some, like, nice normal stocks that we can play here. NVAX has got a trend line break over here at a $20 range yesterday. Vaccine stocks are still strong. This one's got, I think, a lot of juice on it. mRNA is another one that, you've got about $10 worth of room on it still before it runs into any resistance. You can see here you got like a nice, you get nice intraday trends. I think that, any weakness on this AI today can be potentially bought up. So these are like, right, these are kind of rounding patterns here. So probably the moral of the story is like, if on some of those 30 stocks, you want to keep them on the list because I think they'll have some upside. But for today, maybe even tomorrow, because they're at the resistance spots, they're going to be a little bit more tricky to trade. So, we could probably we'll need to switch some of our focus into these tech names. And then, of course, some of these gappers like, Crocs and UPS. I think that'll be a lot better. I use EMAs on my intraday charts, Ryan, and then SMAs on my daily chart. So I would keep AI on your watch list, and then, even like something like this, Affirm it's got maybe a few more dollars upside, but this is going to need to pull back. I think that the AI's got more room to go. And then, we have like some of these solars and stuff that are really setting up here. You have ENPH that is broken clear. I think that's going to be something that is a lot cleaner than something like a Run, which is like also one of those kind of stocks that's just sitting at resistance. So I would keep it real clean today. We got NVAX, we got Vuzi as a daily trader, we got mRNA. Even at some point, maybe like something like this, Expedia starts to break off. I would run your liquid gainer scan like probably about 15 minutes into the market to see like what else is popping. I don't know if all these things are going to roll over today, but that's kind of the feeling I get is like, you have really hot charts, but they're just extended on a very, very short-term basis. You got a lot of these things that are just up a double. A double's a lot in 4 days. I think 1 or 2 days of pullback, and then we see what's up with these things later, and then we'll have ourselves some fun. You can even see like something like this, right? Asset was like $7. Now it's at $11. You're like sitting into some resistance spots. They have tons of upside on a longer term basis, but on a short term basis, stocks tend to move in 3 to 5 day pushes. And when you get 3 to 5 day pushes, you've had those 3 to 5 day pushes. So let's move our love into this tech. We've got Dash, we've got NVAX, we got ENPH, even Net has got some glory. I think you're right, Armand. You could do that one too. I think we'll go with some of those, and then we'll keep an eye on everything else. We may have to flip a couple times as always. Fuck Palantar, unless Brad Young gives the alert. Unless Brad Young gives the alert. It's got a nice base, Look, this thing will be so sick, and you know what? When you rip the flag pattern on it, Brad's probably still holding it. When you rip the flag pattern on this, you're gonna make a hot 16 cents. Man, it'll be so sick. Yes, cut the dip on Palantar, 20 cents. That's gonna be a little bit more tricky. That's the list. I'm sticking to it. Add some of these. We got NVAX. I think NVAX is, that's probably my favorite chart, the one with the most upside to it. I really like Dash also. And then AI. So it's like AI, Dash. I think those are going to be... Those are going to be hot. Yeah, the problem with like holding something for 5 years, so say it's up say you make 1,000% in 5 years. Is that really a good gain? I don't think so. You can make 10% a day trading it. Or you make 500% or whatever your goal is on it. Yeah. And the odds have been moving that much because it's just floated so thick you may see $100 or something someday. Who knows? That company, all they do is sign like $30 million contracts. All right, cool. That's the list. I'm sticking to it. Make sure. Move some of your focus into some of these techs. And I don't know if the small caps are going to go today. We'll have to wait out the open. Like, give it like an hour. Give it like an hour on some of these names. I wouldn't say hour, but 30 minutes just to get a lay of the land on how everything is running. I think we'll be in a good spot. AI. But in the meantime, I think, some of these techs we're going to be able to hit like right off at the open. All right, that's the list. Let's go have some fun. Let's make some glory today.